It was a wild week of the remaining high school sports in the state of Michigan. Volleyball regionals featuring some of the best teams in the mitten. On the gridiron, powerhouses taking no prisoners and some underdogs who survived and advanced. Before we pause, we celebrate the week that was on State Champs Michigan's high school sports show. What's up, Michigan? Lauren Plant here inside the State Champs Sports Network studios. It's a little quiet, obviously. A lot happening in the state of Michigan as far as news and high school sports taking an official pause for now. But what's great about this particular program is we relive the week that was, and we had some great action that took place. We got a lot to get to, so let's get to it. I'm Lauren Plant. Region 3 District 1 District Championship between two unbeatens, Belleville and the Canton Chiefs. Belleville blanked Northville 34-0 a week ago. They put up 34 in the first half. Mr. Football candidate Christian Reed starts it off with this TD toss to the junior D1 recruit Christian Rapley. Great catch, 7-0 Tigers. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter, and just watch the junior Deshaun Lee. Finds a crease, bowls over the defender, and he is gone. 55 yards to the house. It was 14-0 after one. And for as much talk as there is for the new MHSAA single-season leader in touchdown passes, Reed can go it alone if need be, faking the handoff, finding his way into the end zone. It was 21-0. And because the Chiefs had to respect the ground game, they bit here. Reed hits a wide-open Darrell Johnson. The Grand Valley commit waltzes in. Reed ended the half 10 of 13 for 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 through the air. Great concentration by Dion Burks to stay in bounds. The Purdue commit showing off his skills. It was 34-0 at the half. 6:21 left in the third quarter. Canton got on the board, and it was through the air. Senior Caleb Berg finds Marco Johnson, 19-yard score, 34-7 game. But Reed headed back on the field because he wasn't done. After another touchdown, the supporting cast steps up again. Great 45-yard toss, but an even better snag by the freshman, Joseph Stevens. The future bright for Belleville. It was 47-7. And credit also goes to the Chiefs, who never quit. 29 points in the second half. Johnson with 2 fourth-quarter scores. But Belleville can beat you in so many ways. The junior Rashad Wilson Jr. picks up the short kick, and he is off to the races. A bevy of blockers in front of him, and he will take it 70 yards to the crib. The Tigers cheerleaders must be the strongest in the state. Push-ups to match every point. They've performed 460 on the season. Belleville wins another district championship. That sets up the regional final with Cass Tech. The Tigers have not lost at home since falling to Canton in the districts in 2017.
I'm Mike Erlitis. We head to Rochester Hills for a Division I district final between the undefeated Cougars of Stoney Creek hosting the Bulldogs of Romeo. Cougars strike first. The senior running back Cameron Burford takes this 70 yards to the end zone. 7-0 Stoney Creek. Still in the first, Romeo now down 7-3. Brian St. Clair goes untouched as he finds a hole for 6. Bulldogs take a 10-7 lead after 1. Romeo right back at it, and it's St. Clair once again going untouched to pay dirt. 17-7 Bulldogs lead at the half. Early third quarter, Romeo once again finds the end zone. Logan Rolfs finds an open Sean Reffus. Bulldogs with a commanding 31-7 lead after 3. Stoney Creek down but not out. They respond in the opening minute of the fourth quarter. QB Ryan Eckhout staying cool under pressure and connecting with Aaron Dargel. Cougars with a quick 6 to make it 31-13. Stoney again with the ball, but the Romeo D would come up big. Michael Heldman with a big hit, causing the fumble as Anthony Lomakowski takes it in for a score, 38-13 Bulldogs. The Romeo D steps up yet again. Owen Lakowski's tackle causes the fumble, and Matthew Plotz scoops it up for another Bulldog TD. Romeo gives Stoney Creek their first loss of the season with a 45-27 win.
Oscoda taking on Everett. Oscoda looking for their first district title in program history. Well, they would get off to a 16-0 run to start the game. Senior quarterback Owen Franklin is going to run right and make his way in for an Owls touchdown. Everett would bounce back, cut that lead to half. Danny Wilbeck out of the shotgun formation plunges his way in for 6. Everett making this one a game. Second quarter, here come those Owls. Owen Franklin has a huge arm. And it shows with this deep ball down the field. And even though it was deflected, Brandon Mills pulls it in and scores another touchdown for Oscoda. First half was all Owls, but everyone would try to make a comeback with some style, just like this play. Whitbeck flicks it to Brian Calderon, and then throws it back to Whitbeck for 6. Woo! Amazing play call there. But Oscoda captures their first district title in program history. They go on to beat Everett by a score of 38-35.
Welcome back, guys, inside the State Champs Sports Network studio. Time for another update in the State Champs Mr. Football race presented by Hungry Howies. Sean Belizean is here, and here's the deal. In exactly 1 week, we'll freeze our top 10 candidates. And let me tell you, things are a little bonkers right now. Rocco Melia just entered the contest, racked up nearly 20,000 votes. He has overtaken the lead. However, we have learned that he injured his knee in the win over Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and his season is done. Wishing you a speedy recovery, my man. But the way it works, if he's leading the vote, when we pick our final 4 in about 3 weeks, he's automatically in. Now, there are a few guys itching to climb into this competition, and they just might. Who are some of the guys currently on our watch list?
Well, we talk about the criteria so much, Lauren, and a big part of the criteria is the big game performance at the best times of the year. What better time than the playoff? We got 3 guys that are banging on the door at the right time. Let's start in Warren with Warren De La Salle. Pilots getting it done come playoff time. A big reason for that is senior Brett Stanley. He's a captain, another guy that does a little bit of everything on and off the football field. He's a 3-sport athlete, all-state wrestler, and on the football field, how about this? Rushing, receiving, kick, punt returns, tackles, defends the pass. Last week against St. Clair Shores Lakeview, he had 3 rushing scores, a 90-yard kickoff return, and an interception in the Pilots' win. Talk about making noise at the right time. I think you got to do that with Brett Stanley. Another guy doing it. And how about Rochester Stoney Creek? Yeah. 7-0. What a great story this year. But a big part of that is Cam Burford. Almost 1,400 yards rushing with 18 touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. He's also returning kicks and punts, playing defensive back, and again, lighting it up at the right time. Yes. Finally, why don't we go to Portage Northern? That's where we're going to find Anthony Tyus. Here's another guy heading to Northwestern as Northwestern starting to make some in-ground around here. The A-Train is getting it done. Monumental numbers, they really are. How about this? Let's just talk about, because this is a big part of our criteria, right? Let's just talk about the last couple of weeks. Last week, 281 yards and 2 scores. Oh, by the way, also added 11 tackles. The week before that, 5 touchdowns against Kalamazoo Central. So again, 3 guys knocking on the door, Lauren, where everybody's listening. Everybody's sitting in the front room waiting for that door to knock or ring in this case. And these guys are doing it.
Now, we have decisions to make, and we will make them. Right now, best thing you can do is vote. And oh, by the way, Anthony, who was leading the entire season, is now in 3rd. DeWitt quarterback Ty Holtz is now in 2nd, so you got to vote.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, there's a reason we pump up the vote each and every year. You've seen it play out in the last week. DeWitt, props to you for mounting up. The Warriors, Brother Rice in the house, they jumped in. This is your opportunity to do it. You think your guy's the best? You can show us all. Go pump up that vote.
That's right. StateChampsNetwork.com is the website. And that's it, guys. Good luck to all the teams as they go for district hardware. He's Sean. I'm Lauren. Let's talk next week.
Hungry Howies wants to give you one less thing to worry about. Introducing pizza with peace of mind. Every pizza is cooked at least 485 degrees and packaged hands-free. Then delivered right with Howie's no-contact delivery.
Hungry Howies!
I'm Greg Molson at a Division II district final. The 7-1 Portage Northern Huskies taking the field to go up against the 7-0 Trojans of East Lansing. First score of the game comes on the first possession for the Trojans. Ambrose Wilson throwing it up. Andrell Anthony Jr. brings it down. The Michigan commit making it 7-zip. Next possession for East Lansing, they go to the ground game. Asher Gregory with the 19-yard run for another score. Trojans taking charge early. But the Huskies get some life from their Big Ten commit. The future Northwestern Wildcat Anthony Tyus III breaks free down the sideline for a 48-yard gain. That sets up a field goal try for Portage Northern, but it's blocked by the Trojans, keeping the lead at 14. And they add to their lead here. Wilson fakes the handoff to Anthony, then throws it deep to a wide open Mason Woods behind the defense for a 60-yard touchdown. East Lansing up 21-zip at halftime.
Touchdown, East Lansing.
The Trojans continue to score in the second half. Brevin Jackson blocks the punt. Carmelo Works scoops it up and works his way into the end zone for another EL score. Finally, it's Wilson showing off his running skills. The quarterback keeping it on the bootleg for a 29-yard touchdown run to make it 42-0. The Huskies showed their fight, finally scoring a couple of touchdowns in the fourth. Jaden Myers gets this one, but it's the Trojans who are moving on. East Lansing continues its perfect season with a 42-14 rout, winning the district title.
We had a good week of practice and got out on them pretty early, and so feels good. And I'm happy for, obviously happy for the program and happy for the school and the community.
We just want our respect. Like, we don't really get that many looks around in this area. So, I mean, everybody's saying, oh, East Lansing's not that good. Like, we don't really talk, we just play. So, I mean, we play as a unit. I mean, we just execute well, so that's all we do.
We had a great Division I district final matchup with 7-0 White Lake Lakeland playing on its home field against 8-0 Detroit Catholic Central. And it's the Shamrocks striking first. Connor Bell with the 3-yard run to make it 7-zip. The Eagles answer with a nice drive of their own on 4th and 5. Tate Farquhar hits Ryan Abray for the first down. That sets up a field goal by Mark Tingle, cutting the CC lead to 7-3. Back to the Shamrocks, and it's Declan Bile with a great fake. He then throws it deep to Owen Semp for a 38-yard score to make it 14-3. Lakeland responds. Farquhar over the middle to Mike Sherrill at the 15. He then turns on the speed and dives into the end zone, cutting the lead back to 4. But the Shamrocks playmakers continue to shine. Check out Cameron Davenport catching the pass, making the defenders miss, and taking it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Connor Bell finishes the drive with his second touchdown of the day, putting CC on top 21-10 at the half. And the Shamrocks put it away in the third. Spencer Lyons cuts back up the middle, and he is gone. 33 yards for another score. Mixing it up, it's back to Bile and back to the passing game. The junior QB going deep to his fellow junior receiver Semp for his second touchdown of the game. Brady Blakita then takes over for a drive, and he keeps the Shamrocks rolling, racing all the way down here inside the 5. He'd then finish the drive as well with some great blocking on the edge from his receiver Davenport. Detroit Catholic Central rolls to a 45-17 rout.
To 8-man now, Portland St. Patrick hosting Colon in a regional championship game. In the third quarter, the Shamrocks down 14. Connor Cross airs it out to Shane Cook for the 43-yard touchdown. That would cut the deficit to a 20-14 Colon lead. And the Magi would answer that. Simon Vincent finds Brandon Crawford for one of his 4 touchdowns in the game to push the lead back up to 12. But the Shamrocks would not go away, and in the fourth quarter, Cross keeps it for the 10-yard score. The 2-pointer is good, which would cut the deficit to just 4. The Shamrocks would immediately get the ball back, and Cross would find Cook for another touchdown, and St. Pat's comes back to win it 44-34.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices. Hey guys, welcome into the State Champs Sports Studio. Time for another update in our State Champs Anvil Award race presented by Hungry Howies. The Hall of Fame coach Tim Beckler back with us, and we wanted to do something a little different this week because, again, what Michigan has been producing in terms of linemen over the last several years, it's almost like you need to have a top 20 in our competition every year in order to really give these guys some just due. So what we wanted to do is maybe give you a little preview of some guys that we expect to be on our list next year. Certainly they have qualified to be this year, but definitely for next year. So Coach has got about 5 guys here, and we're just talking linemen this week. We can get into some linebackers another time. Just kind of talk about some of the guys that we've been looking at and who definitely are super talented.
Alex Van Summeren, defensive tackle, 6'3", 285 pounds from Essexville, Garber. He's rated a top 10 player in the state of Michigan. He's rated in the top 20 defensive tackles in the country. He's already committed to Michigan after his sophomore year. Could join his brother Ben, who's also at Michigan right now. He's got some other offers: Alabama, Penn State, Kentucky, and Stanford. Did see some of his film. Great bull rusher. He's got great hands, very quick and explosive off the ball. He even played some running back. Next young man is Deion Walker from Cass Tech. He's a defensive tackle, 6'7", 315 pounds. Now normally you see offensive tackles that are 6'7", but this kid can really move for being as fast or as big as he is, being 6'7". He's a 3-star rated prospect right now. He's rated in top 50 for defensive tackles in the country, and he's also going to be in the top 25 rated players in the state of Michigan next year. He's got offers from Michigan, Pitt, and Michigan State as of right now. Again, like I said, he gets off the ball so well. Impossible to single block this kid. His length helps him just run down a line and get his hands on people. And he's a big strider too, so he can take 2 steps and he covers a lot of territory. And a lot of tall guys as far as your pass rush. That swim move is just built for big guys like that, tall guys, and he's got a great swim move.
Yeah, and with he and guys like Raheem Anderson on our list right now is what makes Cass Tech, I think, so difficult going forward.
No question. Next young man is Demetrius Walker. He's a defensive end from Muskegon, 6'5", 260 pounds. He's a 4-star prospect, ranked top 20 defensive ends in the country. He's got offers from Michigan State, Syracuse, and Minnesota as of right now. Very explosive and athletic young man. You've got to double team him or read him or run way away from him. This kid's a pretty darn good player.
Yeah, Muskegon had history now of putting fantastic linemen out there. Not a lot of people talking about the Big Reds this season. They've had some close calls, but I tell you what, it's these guys that get it done in the playoffs, and so far that's what they've been doing.
The next fella is Jackson Pruitt, offensive guard from Cass Tech. Boy, another one from Cass Tech. 6'5", 285 pounds. Ranked in the top 25 offensive guards in the nation. He's got 10 offers at this point. Schools like Kentucky, Pitt, Colorado, Syracuse, West Virginia. Up to this point, he's not given up a sack. He's a great lineman. I love his feet. He pulls. He blocks smaller moving targets at the second level. So he's athletic enough to break down and keep his base and get a hold of those kids. He's great at combo blocking and working up to the second level and coming off of that double team block and then sticking on a linebacker. And he plays nasty. He is a finisher. Kamari Landers, offensive tackle from Dearborn-Fortson, 6'4", 290 pounds. Also rated a top 20 player going in the state of Michigan next year. Top 25 offensive tackle in the nation. Offers, he's got 10 also, Michigan, Michigan State, Oregon, Kentucky, West Virginia. This young man is a road grader. He is wide and thick, and you can tell he loves to run block. Finishes blocks 20 yards down the field. He's just dominant.
The football tradition at Dearborn-Fortson is one of legend here in the state of Michigan. I think that their rivalry with Monroe dates back 100 years. They love football. These kids grow up waiting for their chance to be able to line up for the Tractors. And although this season wasn't one that they had hoped it would be, guys like this, it seems every year we're talking about studs.
Well, and I can speak from personal experience.
Yes.
When you play Dearborn-Fortson, you better pack your lunch and your dinner.
You're going to get punched in the mouth.
Yep.
No doubt. All right, thank you very much. So those are some linemen that we are keeping a close eye on. Maybe one of these guys or more than one of these guys might still sneak into the competition. We have 1 week to go before we freeze our top 10. Reason I say that, we've had some guys who've fallen off as far as their seasons go. Obviously, it was a big upset, Grand Blanc beating Clarkson this past weekend, the game I was at. Rocco Spindler's going to win the online vote. That is clear. He's going to be in the Final Four. Garrett Dellinger was another guy on that list, and they no longer have games we can compare to when we're talking about big game performance, team success, those kind of things. Cass Tech, they are well alive. So we shall see what happens. We wanted to give you guys a preview of some of the guys that definitely will most likely be making our list next year. Definitely could find themselves on here. We've got some linebackers that we're going to chat up next week, so make sure you tune in for another update in the Anvil.
I'm Chuck Pellerito. Let's check out a Division III district final at Memorial Park. The undefeated East Point Shamrocks hosting the 5-3 Detroit King Crusaders. Shamrocks, after just breaking a big first down run, decide to let loose. Ronald Jackson airs it out, but it can be picked off right at the boundary by Jameel Croft, and King is in business. Dante Moore with a great fake to Justin White, pulls it back, takes it himself up the middle and into the end zone for a 45-yard score. King on the board first, up 6-0. And in the final seconds of the first quarter, Moore would strike again, but through the air. On fourth down, he finds a wide-open Chancey Willis Jr. for a 14-yard score. Crusaders up the lead to 13. Next possession, Moore would find Willis again, this time from 25 yards out, and check out Willis with the strong hands to pull this one in. King goes up 20. And following another interception for the Crusader defense, Moore takes one more shot at the end zone before the clock expires. He'll hit Lynn Weichel for a 34-yard touchdown. King went into the break up 33-0. And King doing it in all three phases. Second half kickoff is popped up by the Shamrocks. Joseph Williams brings it down and just takes off. House call to open up the third quarter, and the Crusaders are rolling. And Moore looking for more. Looks like he's taken down for a sack, but somehow got it out to Travion Meadows for a 15-yard score, and King wins their 6th straight district title, taking down East Point by a final score 50-6.
Your time right now, because I can't say anything about what's going to take place today because it's all about you. I can't say anything about what you're going to do in your house because this is your house. You got to turn your house out. Like I said, it's your time, it's your turn. Let's do what we came here to do because this is who house? Who house?
I'm Ryan Slocum. We go to the city of Detroit for a Division I district final with Cass Tech at home taking on the Woodhaven Warriors. We pick things up in the second. CT sophomore quarterback LeSean Mumpfield dumps it off to Alvin Hosendove. The senior runs over a defender and goes in for the 9-yard touchdown. The Technicians led it 14-0 at the half. More from CT in the third. It's the Penn State-bound Kobe King. That puts the Technicians up 21 as we head to the fourth. Woodhaven doesn't back down. Junior QB Ashton Molman with a perfect ball for Joseph Brothers, who has that toe drag swag. 20 yards for the touch. The Warriors cut the lead to 21-8. But Cass Tech answers right back. It's Kalen King, who will join his twin bro Kobe in Happy Valley, taking the kickoff 70 yards to the crib. The Technicians now up 28-8, and it was all Tech the rest of the way. The junior Caleb Davis takes it up the gut for the 10-yard score as Cass Tech wins its 10th district title in the last 11 years. 42-8 was the final.
Jake Vandenberg from the Northeast Michigan area. Division 8 final between the Aggies of Beale City and the Cardinals of Johannesburg Lewiston. A rematch of last year's district final as the Aggies were able to pull it off, winning 33-20. But let's see what happens this time. The Cardinals would go on a 13-0 run to start the game, and that included this touchdown run from junior quarterback Preston Marlette off the keeper. Cardinals looking good. Back come those Aggies. Late in the first half, the other junior quarterback, Hunter Miles, rolls left off the bootleg and finds a wide open Ben Matthews. And he'll take the Aggies to the red zone right on the 5-yard line. That would lead to this touchdown from Wade Wilson. Aggies go into the half down 13-7. Beale City would get off to a hot start in the second half. After making a huge stop on defense, the Aggies establish their running game. Ben Matthews breaks free, delivers a huge hit, and the senior will do the rest for an Aggies touchdown. With the extra point, they're now up by 1. Fast forward to the fourth, all tied up at 21 until Sheldon Huff makes his way in from 1 yard out, 28-21 Joburg. Aggies trying to play catch up. Hunter Miles, 5-step drop, looking for options. Tries to keep the play alive, but gets sacked by Tommy Runyon. Joburg gets revenge as they roll past Beale City, winning 28-21.
I'm Greg Molson at Troy Athens for a Division I regional final that could have been a state final. The defending state champ and #1 ranked Farmington Hills Mercy taking on second-ranked Bluefield Hills Marion. First point of the night, and the Marlins come out strong. Julia Bishop setting up Charlie Atiemo for the kill. The Mustangs answer with some finesse. Reagan Sass with the quick touch. The opening game remaining tight all the way through, but with a chance to finish. Marion gets it to Avra Brazard, who shows off her power. Mustangs take the first game 25-22. Mercy coming back strong in the second game. Bishop with the setup for Kaylin Collins as the Marlins take it 25-19. On to game 3, and it's the Mustangs regaining control. Ava Serapha setting up Reagan Sass again. Marion takes it 25-20 to go up 2-1. But once again, the defending state champs fight back. Maddie Malecki with the serve. The Mustangs set up for the kill, but it's Kaylin Collins at the net for the block. Mercy wins 25-20, forcing a final and deciding Game 5. First point of the final game, and it's Ava Brazard setting the tone, getting the kill and the early lead for the Mustangs. They'd hold on to that lead throughout the final game, and on the final point, it's Ella Schomer ending it for the 15-11 win. Marion Marion beats Mercy in a 5-set classic, 3-2, knocking off the defending state champs.
We have talking about this match. We knew 3 months ago, we knew over the summer, we knew last year, at the end of last year, we were not going to come back here and lose in 5 like we did last year at regional finals. This team is special. They play for each other, and they have heart.
It means the entire world to me and this team because we've been working so hard, and we just went out there and played our game one point at a time. We weren't nervous. We weren't scared. After winning that Catholic League final match, we knew that we could beat them and we could do it.
Today, we're going to show you how to become a registered MHSAA game official. It's easy. Start by going to the MHSAA website and click on Officials in the heading. From there, click on the big red letters that say Register Now. If you've never officiated with us before, click on Become an Official and fill out all of the requested information. After you've done that, just answer a few questions, including agreeing to a criminal history check, select your sport, and pay the registration fees, which are among the lowest in the nation. You'll still need to pass a general exam and fulfill some general principles of officiating requirements. Next, get connected with the local officials association. It's the best way to get trained, get games, and get you started in this new adventure in officiating. Every year, we need at least 1,500 new officials, so join us. And if you're unable for whatever reason, you can help keep our new officials, or for that matter, all officials, in the game by showing them respect for just getting out there. Think of every game as a 4-lane highway. There's one for players, one for coaches, one for officials, and one for fans. So fans, don't cause an accident, stay in your lane. Let the coaches coach, the players play, the officials officiate, and just enjoy the game. For more information, visit our website at mhsaa.com. Help's wanted, just whistle.
We now go to the Division 7 district final as Jackson Lumen Christi went on the road to take on the Falcons of Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central, which won the D6 title last season. Lumen came into the playoffs at just 2-4, looking to win its 3rd straight game. It's the junior Teddy Ehlers on the keeper. He gets outside and dives for the 24-yard touchdown. Titans up 8-0 after the opening quarter. More from Lumen Christi on the first play of their next possession. Another junior, Nicholas Wilson, finds a huge hole and breaks free down the sideline. He stutter steps and cuts back in. Deuces. 74 yards to the crib. The Titans went into halftime leading by 16. Lumen was pounding the rock all night long. It's Mr. Wilson once again for the 8-yard score. That put the Titans up by 22. Monroe St. Mary would get on the board with just over 5 minutes to play in the game. The sophomore, Cole Johnroe, breaks free for the 48-yard touch. Falcons now down 22-6. St. Mary Catholic Central trying to chip away once again, but the Titan defense was too much here as Jackson Lumen Christi goes on to win 22-6 is the final. In Davison, where the Cardinals hosted Grand Blanc in a Division I district title game. The Cardinals beat the Bobcats 46-21 in Week 2, but GB has won 6 straight since, and they let it be known that they came to play as the two teams go face-to-face as Davison ran on the field. The Cards were on the move late in the first. Brendan Sullivan throws a quick slant, but the ball pops straight up in the air and is picked off by David Childs, who takes it deep into Davison territory. And that led to this. Dennis Underwood right up the middle and in. Grand Blanc takes a 6-0 lead, but Sully and the Cards come right back at him in the second. The Northwestern recruit keeps it himself to tie it up. Then, with $1:30 to play in the second, it's Sullivan again, this time from 8 yards out. Davison went into the locker room leading 13-6. And Sully picks up right where he left off in the third. The Mr. Football candidate goes 19 yards for, count 'em up, his third tutty of the night. That makes it 20-6. Meanwhile, the Cardinal D was playing lights out. Speaking of lights out, Clark Hamilton laying the lumber. Back to the offense and that run game. Tavion Warren had 12 carries for 189 yards, 64 of them coming right here. The Cards ran for 481 yards in the first meeting, another 416 in this one. None better than Jalen Flowers, looking like Barry Sanders in that Oklahoma State 21. Davison rolls 48-19 to win their second straight district championship. In North Branch, where the Broncos once again hosted rival Pontiac Notre Dame Prep in a Division II regional championship match. Incredible action in the first set. The freshman Haley Green keeps it alive. Brianne June and Kayla Chingwa are at the net for the block. North Branch won the first set 26-24. The Broncos led the second set 20-17, but Notre Dame scored the final 6 points of the frame. They win it 25-23. Alyssa Borellis puts it away. Then in the third, Elena Deshetsky with the ace. North Branch went up 2, but it was all Irish from there. Bianca Giglio with the kill. Notre Dame takes the third set 25-17. But the Broncos do not go away. It's June putting it down. North Branch takes the fourth frame 25-21 to force a decisive fifth set. The Irish took a 4-point lead, but the Broncos battled back. Michaela Kuchar serves it up. Notre Dame can't return it. That ties the fifth frame at 14 all. But the final 2 points would go to the Irish. Morales to Giglio to end it. She finished with 30 kills. Pontiac Notre Dame eliminates North Branch for the fourth straight year, 3-2, to win the regional title. They'll face Warren Regina in the quarterfinals.
We were out on softball courts with nets, working our butt off through 95-degree weather, and I just couldn't let our only senior down. It was insane. Our teams, we've worked so hard.
The rivalry, you know what, we were getting so hyped for this game, and it meant so much to us. And North Branch, you know what, they played their hearts out. Games like this are my favorite. It makes all the hard work so much more worth it. It brings out qualities, you know, good and bad of everyone, and it really forces the team to bond and come together to overcome adversity, and it's so special.
Lawrence Technological University understands the importance of visiting a campus before enrolling in your college career. Here in 2020, LTU is offering the next best thing. 2 virtual open houses with tons of ways for you to investigate everything this nationally recognized university has to offer. Simply known as Blue Devil Days, you can explore their renowned academic programs in architecture, design, engineering, technology, science, and business. There's also an opportunity to hear about the admissions process and an overview of financial aid. You'll end the day with a student panel able to speak to current LTU students specifically about their college experience. The virtual Blue Devil Days are Saturday, December 12th, so be sure to RSVP today before space runs out. Just head over to upcoming.ltu.edu, click on Events and Tours, and then click on Virtual Events. The next 4 years are going to be the most important of your life. Do yourself a service and check out Lawrence Technological University. Lauren Plant here, and we go to Livonia for a crosstown rivalry. The 6-1 Churchill Chargers hosting the 5-3 Patriots from Franklin with the Division II district title on the line. Churchill won the first go-round 47-36. First quarter, Chargers in the red zone. Senior quarterback Gavin Brooks keeps it on the read option, 7-0 lead. But the Patriots answer on the ensuing first play of possession. A little trickery as junior QB Zach Olasek finds a wide-open Rocco DePonio, 55-yard touchdown. Franklin knots the game up at 7 apiece. Still in the first, Churchill back on the attack. Brooks gives to his senior back Alante Williams, sheds some would-be tacklers, punches it in to take the 14-7 lead. That held through halftime. Williams got the third quarter going in a big way, receives the rock, and see ya! 89-yard house call, second score of the night, and Chargers deal blackjack, leading 21-7. But the Patriots regrouped and racked up a 12-play, 8-minute, 88-yard scoring drive. Sophomore ball carrier Cordell Mabins bulls his way in, Franklin trailing by 7. Pat's got a stop and went back to work. Olasek drops and floats it downfield to fellow junior Brandon Wrighton, and he makes the Chargers pay. 65 yards to Pater. Ball game knotted at 21. Fourth quarter now, Franklin down 3. They rush to the line and give to Mabins, who powers through for the TD. Just under 4 minutes to go. Brooks has time, and just like the backyard, hits his younger brother Bailey, untouched for 6. Missed PAT, but the Brooks brothers put Churchill in front, 28-26. Final moments of the game now. Franklin with one last chance. How about the hook and ladder? But the pitch relay is off, scooped up by Boston Clegg Jr. He puts the cherry on top for Churchill. They beat Franklin for the second time, 36-28 the final. Chargers back-to-back district champs. Next up in the regionals, the surprise team of the postseason, Oak Park.
I'm Zach Herrick from the West Michigan area. In a Division III district final, Muskegon hosting Marquette again this season at Hackley Stadium. Scoreless in the opening quarter until 2 minutes left when Tyrese Oaks picks off the Marquette pass and goes 70 yards to the house. 7-0 Big Reds. In the second quarter would be a big one for Muskegon. Miles Walton was a big reason why. A 1-yard touchdown run out of the Wildcat here. And then minutes later, fields the punt at his own 40-yard line, puts on a few moves, takes the sideline, ducks the tackler, and he is gone. That would make it 21-0 Big Reds. Marquette senior Cameron Karp would have a big day, though. Austin Riddle finds him for a 50-yard touchdown score. Karp would have 243 yards receiving, all 3 Redmen touchdowns, but it wouldn't be enough. In the third quarter, Amari Crowley looks deep for Jeremiah Dalt, who brings in the 31-yard touchdown catch. Muskegon rolls 47-21 for their 9th consecutive district title.
I'm Sean Belegian, and we go to Dearborn High School for a Division I volleyball regional semifinal as Novi took on the Jaguars from Allen Park. Novi won the KLAA conference during the regular season and came in ranked 7th in the state. Junior setter Rachel Carr with the quick dish to Mega Gandhi for the winner. Allen Park in the regionals for the 8th year in a row, keeping it close early on. Kylie Laginus with the feed over to Alexis Crossland, and the junior slams it home. Then, moments off the Novi serve, it would be Laginus with the bump to the freshman Bailey McAllister, who sends it into the corner for the kill. But it would be too much Novi in the opening set, as the sophomore Regan Bennett comes up with the rejection on the Allen Park spike attempt. Wildcats take the first 25-18, and the Wildcats would carry that momentum into the second. Another sophomore contributing for Novi is Sarah Vellucci as she gets to it for the kill. Then it would be the senior Kaylee Robinson getting in on the fun as she smacks it for the winner. Novi now leads 2-0. It would be all Wildcats from this point forth. Vellucci once again for one of her 8 kills on the night. The junior Carr had a game-high 27 assists, here dishing it out to the senior Abby Cummings for the kill, as Novi sweeps Allen Park in 3 sets.
All right, Michigan, just know, we're not going anywhere. We will have content next week, so know that State Champs Michigan will continue. We'll get creative. We'll make sure that we provide you the news that you need to know with everything that could be happening here in the next few weeks. Just take it easy. Again, stay safe out there. Make sure that you follow State Champs Michigan on all the social media channels. Download the app, and you can even watch this program on TV, on Fire TV or Roku TV. Just search State Champs Sports. I'm Lauren Plant. We'll see you soon. State Champs Michigan's high school sports show is presented by Lawrence Technological University and Lawrence Tech Athletics. For everything LTU, visit ltu.edu. You can recruit yourself to any of Lawrence Tech's 26 athletic teams by visiting ltuathletics.com. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner of the MHSAA. Hungry Howies, famous for flavor. And the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation. Nominations now being accepted for the 2021 Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Male and Female Athlete of the Year. To download the application, visit dacathleteoftheyear.com.